completing the third one. Okay, so I think
that we represent. Therefore, what the leader of minority is raising is on behalf of the 290 of us who are charged with the responsibility of resolving issues that are of concern to the people. And there is no issue now that is of greater concern to the people than them getting access to education for their children come January. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, I have already engaged with the Cabinet Secretary in charge of the National Treasury and the State Department of Planning and the NGCDF board, the NGCDF CEO. Unfortunately, here the Deputy Whip saying NGAF. I have not engaged with NGAF, but since it also falls under the same State Department, they have indicated that they are actually in the process of working on disbursement so that by the time we break, now,
honorable members, order, honorable members. Honorable members, the point is being made.
Yes, Honorable Speaker.
Members, proceed, Majority Leader.
Honorable Speaker.
Honorable members, the matter is uncontested. Everyone is in agreement. So just allow the Majority Leader to complete his statement.
Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, if members can allow me to finish, because as the Speaker has indicated, this matter is not contested by anybody, not even the leader of majority. That is why I took the liberty even before the matter was raised before the House, because you all forget that I represent the people of Kikuyu, first and foremost. And I have said it numerously. I don't sit here to represent, I don't represent government. Neither do I represent the Cabinet Secretary for the National Treasury. I don't work for them. I work for the people of Kikuyu. And when it comes to an issue, when it comes to an issue where there is conflict, when an issue comes where there is conflict between a cabinet secretary, a principal secretary, a chair of a board, or even the CDF CEO, and the people of Kikuyu, the people of Kikuyu take greater precedence than anyone else. That is why I'm pleading with you, you allow me to finish, because what was I saying in conclusion? I have already engaged with the Cabinet Secretary, telling the Cabinet Secretary precisely that there is now a situation where there's a conflict of interest between his work as a Cabinet Secretary and the Principal Secretary in charge of the National Treasury, the Director General in charge of Accounting Services, who is in charge of disbursing money, the Principal Secretary in charge of National Planning, the CDF CEO, and the people of Kikuyu. And I indicated to the Cabinet Secretary that by Thursday listen, as the leader of minority said, without anticipating debate. Without doing what? Without anticipating debate. Honorable Speaker, again without anticipating debate, members will note that the House Business Committee had slotted in a morning sitting on Thursday. And I indicated to the Cabinet Secretary that this House cannot proceed to go on recess on Thursday without clarity as to the exact date, time, when the money not will be disbursed, will hit your NGCDF accounts at the constituency level. Lastly, Honorable Speaker, more important, Honorable Speaker, and I beg for members to listen. And it's easier to listen, Honorable Makilap, than shout from behind me. It is easier to lend me your ears and ask the Speaker. That is what happens in the August House. You don't shout from your seat. You request the Speaker to give you the mic and you say what you want to say. More importantly, Honorable Speaker, the NGCDF CEO has indicated to me that and the chair of the NGCDF committee can confirm, we must act with equity so that no constituency is left behind. There are about 36 constituencies whose proposals are yet to be received by the CDF committee. And what we have requested, I was asked to also request the 36 members of parliament whose NGCDF committees, and let me repeat again for the interest of those who are fond of going to court, it is not the members of parliament for the 36 constituencies. It is the 36 members of parliament to cause, in their oversight role, their NGCDF committees to submit proposals to the board so that they are not left behind. Lastly, I have indicated to the National Treasury and NGCDF that the availability or non-availability of proposals must not hinder disbursement, because what I listened to many members who came to my office from last week is what is bothering many of us, is money especially for bursary. And therefore, we have asked the National Treasury and NGCDF, they know what is provided for in law, the maximum for bursary. With or without the proposal, we must cause them to disburse at least up to that 40% for bursary, so that by the time our children are breaking from their Christmas break, we have processed the bursaries, or rather the NGCDF committees have received applications, processed bursaries, and they are ready to disburse those bursaries before schools open. Therefore, Honorable Speaker, the Cabinet Secretary is on his way back to the country, because we were speaking of, on Monday, yesterday, well, he was preparing to get back from COP28, and upon his arrival, I should be able to give a progress report on that particular position, either tomorrow afternoon or latest Thursday morning, before we even consider going for a break. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Just give one more member, then we go to the NGCDF chair. Honorable David Ochieng, member for Ugenya. I've seen you had pressed your point of order.
No, thank you so much, Madam Speaker.
Without shouting, you did press the intervention button.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, mine is just to agree with the minority leader and the majority leader. I don't think, Madam Speaker, should get to this every year. That this parliament sits, passes a budget, goes ahead to pass a supplementary budget, where parliament even gets his money is cut, and then now we are proceeding to recess. No one knows when money will be given. No one knows when we'll have this money disbursed. And Mr. Speaker, this is the third year running where we have to beg for CDF money for our children, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I think this house is losing its teeth. This house is losing its sheen. This house is not what we used to be. I've been here in my third term now, Madam Speaker, and we've never had to ask the majority leader of this house to talk about CDF, Madam Speaker. And I believe, Madam Speaker, it's because also us as members, we've become weak. We've allowed the executive to do whatever they want to us. We must, as members of parliament, take our role seriously, especially